In this episode of our CEO Daily Routine series, we're exploring the daily habits of Jeff Bezos, the visionary founder and former CEO of Amazon. From his unhurried mornings to his strategic decision-making processes, Jeff's routine offers valuable insights into balancing productivity with personal well-being, all while scaling one of the biggest companies in the world. If you're new here, my name's Byron Morris, and I'm the author of The Effective CEO 2.0. And on my channel, I put out videos on everything from mindset to leadership and becoming more effective in your role. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss future videos. One mindset and philosophy that seems to be really popular amongst founders and entrepreneurs these days is the whole hustle culture mentality, where people have convinced themselves to build and scale a company, you've got to be working 80-hour weeks and burning yourself out running on 2 to 3 hours sleep. Jeff, on the other hand, is a strong advocate for getting adequate rest, and he prioritizes 8 hours of sleep a night to ensure that he's got optimal cognitive function and energy levels. Unlike many of the other CEOs and executives we've covered in the series who start their day by immediately focusing on work, Jeff instead prefers to wake up naturally without an alarm, allowing his body to dictate his wake-up time. Upon waking up, he then engages in what he refers to as puttering, a leisurely period where he reads the newspaper, enjoys a cup of coffee, and he spends quality time with his family over breakfast. This unstructured time is essential for him to ease into the day without stress. Another interesting thing that Jeff has in place is a no phone rule during morning hours. He does this to help him maintain focus and presence during his morning routine and to ensure that his early hours are free from digital distractions. This allows him to really have meaningful conversations and a calm start to the day, and it's something that I'm a huge advocate for, as I believe we spend way too much time on devices, often to the point that it stops us from enjoying the present moment. This is especially a problem for CEOs and leaders, where it's easy for their focus and attention to be consumed by scrolling through emails and work. And I found with clients that one of the best rules that they can implement is no phones during family time, whether that's meals or date night, as it forces them to be in the moment. One strategy Jeff uses as well is he structures his workday to align with his natural energy rhythms, and he schedules his most demanding and intellectually challenging meetings, which he calls high IQ meetings, during the morning hours, typically around 10 a.m. This timing ensures that he's In terms of how he structures his workday, one strategy that Jeff uses is to align his natural energy rhythms with his key focus tasks. He does that by scheduling his most demanding and intellectually challenging meetings, which he calls high IQ meetings, during the morning hours, typically around 10 a.m. This timing ensures that he can tackle complex decisions when his mind is at its sharpest. On the opposite side of that, one thing Jeff does is he avoids making significant decisions in the late afternoon or evening. The reason being is he recognizes that his decision-making abilities may wane as the day progresses. There's a big lesson you can take away from this, because one reoccurring habit of highly effective CEOs is they protect their energy and focus, and they use the times where they're most in a state of flow to tackle the mission-critical tasks that actually drive the business forward. Generally, this is in the morning when they're feeling at their best, where they use their time for their top level, high focused work. The way that you can apply this yourself is to figure out what are your goals and objectives, what are the key things that you need to move forward every single week, and what sort of energy and headspace do you need to be in to execute on them properly. Knowing that, you can then start to structure your days around these key tasks rather than just hoping you find the time to fit them in. This is how you can really start to balance your long-term goals and objectives with everyday firefighting and short-term problems. The rest of Jeff's days are then spent running meetings, working on operational issues, and ensuring his teams are set up effectively to run the companies. I actually have a video that goes through 9 leadership lessons that you can learn from Jeff Bezos, which covers everything from how he makes decisions to his views on meetings and the way he builds and empowers his team. I don't want to repeat all of them in here, as this video is focusing on his daily routine. So what I'll do is I'll link it at the end, and also in the description of this video. It's filled with insights that'll help you develop as a leader. So make sure that you check it out. Beyond his workday, one thing that Jeff is really big on is prioritizing family time, and he often spends his evening having dinner with his wife and kids. Rather than striving for a traditional work life balance, though, what he does is emphasize the concept of work life harmony, because the whole term work life balance implies a trade off between work and your personal life. But chances are, between your role, your family, your health, and other commitments, there's never going to be a perfect balance. This is why instead Jeff believes in the idea of work life harmony, where you find a way to get everything working in sync. The way I always advise clients to think about this is to turn the usual approach to achieving work life balance on its head, because what most people do is they try and cram it all in. I'm sure you know what it's like, where today you have the best intentions to get to the gym or make it home on time. Then something gets in the way, and today turns into tomorrow and then the next day. The problem with that is there's no intentionality there, which is why you're leaving it down to chance and hoping that you'll fit it in. A better way to do it is to figure out what are the non negotiables in your life and then schedule them first, and then build your other commitments around them. This is something that Jeff's done amazingly well, because by getting clear on the life that he wants to live and the non negotiable parts of his day, he's then been able to put in the right boundaries that allow him to follow through with it. A big part of getting that right, though, is also because he put his focus on building great teams and putting in processes that mean that not everything needs his involvement. And that's why, if you really want to actually have a life of freedom and to enjoy yourself and scale a company without burning out, you really need to take a step back and look at what are the things you need in place in order to allow that to happen. What are you being involved in that isn't a good use of your time? What's taking up your energy, draining your bandwidth, and taking you away from the things that matter most? Figure that out, and that's how you can start to put a plan in place in order to get them under control. The reason why Jeff is so intentional with all of this is he believes that being fulfilled and energized at work enhances his personal life and vice versa. And that's why this holistic approach allows him to integrate his professional responsibilities with his personal well-being seamlessly. Maintaining that commitment to rest is also why Jeff typically retires to bed early, ensuring that he's getting enough sleep to properly function the following day. In terms of other healthy habits, fitness is also a big part of Jeff's routine, and he has regular exercise sessions that vary from strength training to low impact cardio and resistance exercises. And his workouts also often incorporate activities like rowing and weightlifting, contributing to his overall fitness and his stress management. Additionally, he also enjoys outdoor activities such as hiking and canoeing, which provide both physical benefits and mental rejuvenation. So the big takeaways from Jeff Bezos' daily routine are: one, prioritize adequate rest. Jeff is a big believer in looking after himself and ensuring that he's getting sufficient sleep, because he recognizes that it enhances cognitive function and improves everything from his decision making to how he navigates complex challenges. Number two is incorporating unstructured time. Unlike a lot of CEOs and leaders who are highly reactive and diving in to attack the day, Jeff instead prefers a slower start to the morning, allowing for leisurely activities that can foster creativity and also reduce stress. Number three is aligning tasks with energy levels. This is all about figuring out where you perform at your best and scheduling demanding tasks during peak energy periods. This is how you can really stay sharp and focused and bring your A game when it matters most. Number four is commit to physical fitness. This is the area of life that so many people neglect, especially when they're busy. What they're overlooking, though, is if you don't feel your best, it's going to negatively impact everything that you do and how you show up in your company. One big lesson you can learn from Jeff and the other CEOs I've covered in the series is they make this a priority, as they know that the way that they feel in their physical health directly impacts their company's success. There's clearly a lot that you can learn from Jeff about how to build the right routines and balance work with everyday life. As for how he runs his company and navigates his role as a leader, though, make sure you check out my video breaking down the leadership lessons from Jeff Bezos, which I'll link at the end, because that's really going to show you how to bring out the best in your team and navigate the challenges that come with your role. For now, though, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Does anything out of his routine surprise you, especially the slower pace compared to many other top CEOs? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the rest of my channel where I've got videos breaking down leadership lessons from top CEOs, their daily routines, and what they do to build and scale companies. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss future videos. And if you want to dive even further into becoming more effective in your role, then in the description below, you can get a copy of my book, The Effective CEO 2.0, where I'm going to show you how to become the leader your business needs to take it to the next level of success. I've been Byron Morrison. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.